Today, Wednesday of the 5th week of Lent, we come to the church San Marcello. As he lay dying in the stables, to which he had been condemned to labor, the aged Pope, Marcellus I, would hardly have imagined that this church in his name would one day stand on this site. Elected in 308, he was faced almost immediately with the issue of the readmittance to communion of those who had denied the faith in the persecutions, to which issue he responded by upholding the traditional period of penance. Arrested some months later, he was made to work in the imperial stables just off the main road, which is now the Via del Corso. Some traditions say that this had been the location of an oratory consecrated by him, turned into stables by the Romans to humiliate him and the church. After suffering in the difficult labor, he would die shortly thereafter. Another tradition relates that he was sent into exile after his arrest, dying there some time later, although his relics were returned to Rome. In the late 4th and early 5th century, the first church was built here in his honor, as part of a program to replace house churches with larger structures. This particular structure would soon enter into history for the dubious honor of being the seat of the antipope, Boniface, in 418, a role it would again serve in the early 12th century, when another antipope occupied the church. A baptismal font, built sometime soon after the 5th century, was present here, of which the remains were discovered in 1912. This marks the church as being of some significance, since the ordinary place of baptism would have been the Lateran during this period. Some points of interest include the high altar, which houses the tomb of Pope St. Marcellus I. There is also the Crucifix Chapel, which includes relics of Saints John, Blaise, Diogenes, and Longinus, as well as a relic of the True Cross and a crucifix that, after having survived a medieval fire, has been used in many significant processions, including the opening of the Second Vatican Council. The chapel of Our Lady of Graces showcases a fresco fragment salvaged from the medieval church. And finally, there's the chapel of Degna and Marita. The relics of these martyrs are beneath the altar.